So GOAT is the new animated movie by Sony Pictures, advertised as coming from the producers of K-pop Demon Hunters and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I want to be upfront, I went into this with a real bias against it. I'm not a huge sports movie guy, and on the surface, the premise seems completely cliched. It's a movie about a goat who wants to be the greatest of all time, set in a world where everyone is an animal. My first thought was, haven't we seen this? Zootopia, Finding Nemo, Cars, the whole what if the world revolved around animals doing human things concept has been done over and over. Disney even made a movie about living planes, so walking in, I was fully prepared to write this off as corporate slop. And then the movie actually kind of won me over. Let me break down what this movie is first. The main character is Will Harris, a small goat voiced by Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things, who dreams of playing Rollerball, essentially the NBA of this animal world, for his hometown team, the Vineland Thorns. The problem is, this world is dominated by the bigs. Bulls, bears, Komodo dragons, giant horses. A goat has no business on that court, and nobody wants him there. His idol and eventual teammate is Jet Fillmore, a panther voiced by Gabrielle Union, who's achieved everything except a championship. That championship being called the Claw, which is the animal world's version of a ring. And then you've got this wild team roster. There's literally an ostrich on the court, which some people were even making fun of, like, why, are we drawing the line at a goat? They have an ostrich. But it works, though, because the movie leans into the absurdity. The balls have claw holes, the courts shift and change, there's lava, vines, multi-level obstacles. It's rollerball, not basketball, and the film does enough to make it feel like its own sport with its own visual identity. Now, is the story deep? No. The arc is completely predictable. New kid on the team has to earn everyone's respect. Team pulls it together. Big championship moment. You know exactly where this is going. And honestly, that's fine because this is a kid's movie. The formula exists because it works for children. And I'm not going to knock a movie for being what it sets out to be. But the movie does earn some genuine credit for doing just enough new things to keep you engaged, even as an adult. The biggest strength is the animation. Sony Pictures Animation has carved out a lane with their stylized 2.5D look, that Spider-Verse DNA of sharp, graphic, almost painterly imagery. And GOAT absolutely fits into that tradition. The way the camera moves during rollerball sequences, the motion lines, the background blurring into streaks during fast breaks, it captures the energy of basketball in a way that's very exciting. The city of Vineland itself has this run-down, vine-draped dystopian texture that feels like its own world. And it really does look great, especially in 3D, and I saw it in 3D. Now, where the movie loses me a little, and this tracks with what critics are saying too, the film sits around 82% currently on Rotten Tomatoes. The pacing is an issue, and some of the characters do work. Some emotional beats are resolved in about 30 seconds. Interpersonal conflicts that should breathe are cut short. I mean, honestly, Will's dynamic, especially with his mom, it's kind of thin. There is the very basic emotional beats you need, but it's nothing excellent. There are rollerball sequences that last all of 5 seconds on screen when you want to see more of them. But there's plenty of great sequences, and the corporate tie-ins are real. They're everywhere. There was DoorDash plastered all over this movie. Under Armour's everywhere. Steph Curry produced this and voices a character in it, and the film was deliberately timed to release the same weekend as the NBA All-Star Game in LA. You can feel that machinery working underneath the movie, but it doesn't completely undermine the story. What actually works, and what I think is the movie's best quality, is the relationship between Will and Jet. When the movie slows down and lets these two talk about their goals, their fears, and what it means to be underestimated, that's where it finds something real. The team chant is "Roots Run Deep," and by the end of the film, that phrase actually means something. So look, this is not a masterpiece. It's not going to sit alongside Into the Spider-Verse or K-pop Demon Hunters and Sony's Animation Hall of Fame, but it did find an audience, $130 million worldwide and counting, and I think it deserves it. Kids who love basketball are going to love this movie. The animation is spectacular, the concept is fun once you let it breathe, and there's enough heart in the character work to make it worth your time. I went in skeptical and walked out genuinely surprised. GOAT is solid, enjoyable time. Just don't go in expecting anything beyond what it promises to be.